I walked into the boardroom with my laptop clutched tight to my chest. My hands were shaking, but not from fear. Excitement. This was it. My pitch. My idea. My moment. "Ivy, you're up," Mr. Grayson said from the head of the table. I stopped mid-step. "Ivy?" She stood, smooth and confident in her cream blazer, and walked to the front. Her heels clicked like applause. I didn't understand. Why was she standing? My fingers tightened around my laptop. I opened my mouth, but no sound came. "Today I'm excited to present a campaign I've been developing over the past few months," Ivy began. "It's called Echo, a storytelling brand strategy focused on authenticity, memory, and consumer emotional connection." My ears rang. Echo. That was my campaign, my slides, my storyboards, the name I came up with at 3 a.m. while crying over stale noodles. I blinked. Maybe she was just referencing our brainstorm sessions, maybe she was crediting me next, but she didn't. She clicked to the next slide. My layout, my graphics, my words, my chest hurt. Maya, across the table, looked at me. Her eyes widened. She knew. She'd seen me working on it every lunch break. Ivy smiled as she went on. "We want consumers to see themselves in the product. We don't just sell things, we sell memories." Those were my exact words, word for word. No one stopped her. Not Mr. Grayson, not the senior leads. They nodded, some even scribbling notes like she was a genius. Applause. When she finished, Mr. Grayson clapped. "Fantastic. Bold. Human. This is exactly the kind of voice we need." I just sat there. "Ivy," he said, "you're going places. Excellent work." She smiled and looked right at me. I thought I might throw up. After the meeting, I waited by the hallway, still holding my unopened laptop. Ivy came out, acting like nothing happened. "Ivy," I said, my voice low. "Oh hey." She beamed like we were besties. "Nervous? I totally get it. First big pitch days are intense." I stared at her. "You pitched my campaign." Her smile faltered. "Your campaign? Echo. I made that." "Oh," she laughed softly. "We brainstormed together, remember? We always bounce ideas off each other." "No. I wrote the entire proposal, designed every slide. You saw them on my screen." She blinked. "You never said I couldn't use them." I stared. "You never asked." She leaned closer. "Don't make this a thing, okay? We're a team. When one of us shines, we both shine." "I didn't shine. You stole my light. I gave your work life. You didn't even sign up to pitch." "I didn't know I had to sign up. You told me the meeting was moved." She smiled tightly. "I was just trying to help. You're not really the public speaking type." My throat burned. "You lied. You stole my work." She crossed her arms. "You're overreacting. Honestly, this mood you're in, it's not a good look." My chest tightened. I wanted to scream, cry, throw something. Instead, I whispered, "I trusted you. You're being dramatic. You'll thank me later when this campaign makes it big." I took a step back. "You'll regret this." She shrugged. "Only if you make a scene." I turned away before she could see the tears in my eyes. The hallway stretched in front of me, endless and cold. I didn't go back to my desk. I walked outside. The sky was gray. It fit. At home, I opened my laptop and stared at the folder labeled EHO Campaign Final. I deleted nothing, but I created a new one. Quitting plan now. I started typing. I've worked quietly for years, but today I watched someone steal everything I built and smile while doing it. My resignation letter poured out like blood from a cut I didn't know I had. I'm done letting people walk over me. I won't fight for a seat at a rigged table. I'll build my own. I hit save, but not send. Not yet. Let her have her applause. Let her soak in it like champagne. Because when I walk away without warning, she won't see it coming. And that silence, it will haunt her louder than any scream. The next morning, Ivy made pancakes. Like nothing happened. She was humming in the kitchen, flipping them like it was Sunday brunch instead of the aftermath of a betrayal. "You want one?" she called. "Extra blueberries." I stared at her back. "You seriously think pancakes fix this?" She turned, spatula in hand, blinking. "Excuse me? You stole my campaign, Ivy. At least have the decency to look guilty." She set the spatula down with a soft clink. "We already talked about this. I didn't steal anything. I adapted what we worked on together." I laughed, but it came out more like a cough. "You mean you rehearsed my script, pitched it like it was yours, and soaked up the credit?" She crossed her arms. "You're acting like I committed a crime." "You did, you just didn't get caught." Ivy rolled her eyes. "You didn't speak up, okay? You didn't even try. Because you lied about the meeting time. You made sure I couldn't." Her expression flickered, just for a second, then settled into fake concern. "I think you're blowing this way out of proportion. Do you even hear yourself?" I snapped. "You're not even sorry." "I'm sorry you feel this way," she said softly. I stared at her. "That's not an apology. That's deflection. You know what? Maybe you're mad because you finally saw what happens when someone actually believes in themselves." "No," I said, "I'm mad because I believed in you." Silence. I left the kitchen. At work, people acted like Ivy had invented gravity. "You crushed it yesterday," Maya said carefully, standing near my desk. "Did I?" I muttered, typing without looking up. She hesitated. "I mean, I saw your file name in the slide deck metadata." I froze. "You checked?" "I always check. I knew something was off. And you didn't say anything? I thought maybe it was, I don't know, shared work? Would you say that if it was your project? I asked. Maya looked away. No, I sighed. Then why stay quiet? Because she's liked, she whispered. She's loud, confident. Mr. Grayson listens to her. And I'm invisible, I finished for her. She didn't deny it. Later that day, Ivy found me in the hallway again. We need to talk, she said. I think we're past that. I get it, you're upset. But do you really want to throw away your job over this? I'm not throwing anything away, I said. You did that for me. You think resigning will hurt me? She asked with a bitter smile. It won't. The company will still love me. I'll still have Echo. I'll still win. That's fine, I said, because I'll still have a soul. She scoffed. Don't be dramatic. You want to talk about drama? I stepped closer. Let's talk about how you've been stealing from me in small ways for years. Tiny comments in meetings, jokes I made, designs I never published. Ivy's lips tightened. I noticed, I said. I just didn't want to believe it. We were friends, she whispered. No, I was your cover. She looked away. You'll never survive without me. I'm not the one panicking over pancakes. She flinched. I turned and walked away. Miss K from HR didn't even blink when I slid the envelope across her desk. You're sure? She asked. You're a valued asset, you know, apparently not valued enough to protect from theft. She nodded slowly. I'll process this. You'll get your final paycheck next week. Thanks. Do you want an exit interview? I shook my head. I already said everything I needed to. As I walked out, I passed Ivy in the hallway. She was laughing with Mr. Grayson, acting like the building didn't smell like betrayal. She caught my eye. For the first time, she looked nervous. I didn't smile. I just walked out. I sent the email at 2:03 a.m. No dramatic subject line, no long explanations, just, subject, resignation, effective immediately. I appreciate the opportunities I've had here. I'm choosing to leave for my own peace. Regards, me. And that was it. No one owned me anymore. Not this company, not Ivy. The moment I hit send, I stared at the screen like it might fight back. But it didn't. It just blinked quietly, like it knew something Ivy didn't. I wasn't coming back. By 9 a.m. my inbox was chaos. 10 missed calls, 3 emails from HR, 1 from Mr. Grayson. Are you sure about this? Let's talk. But the one that made me laugh came from Ivy. We should talk. This isn't good for your future. No, I'm sorry. No, I messed up. Just a warning. A veiled threat wrapped in concern. I didn't reply. Instead, I turned off my phone, got dressed and took my coffee to the park. The sun felt warmer now. My shoulders felt lighter. Freedom tasted like morning air and bitter coffee. By noon, Ivy was at my apartment. I knew she would be. I didn't answer the door. She knocked again. Come on, we need to talk. I opened it a crack. No, you need to listen. She blinked. I didn't come here to fight. Good, because I'm not interested in giving you another audience. I just think you're making a huge mistake. No, I said. I made that mistake when I trusted you. I didn't mean for things to blow up like this. Then you shouldn't have lit the match. She crossed her arms. You could have talked to me first. And you could have asked before stealing my pitch, but you didn't. I didn't think it'd matter. We were a team. No, Ivy. We were never a team. I was your shadow, and you liked it that way. She looked away. I leaned against the door. You used to tell me we were building something together, but the only thing you built was your own image, using my bricks. I didn't think you'd quit, she whispered. That's because you thought I'd stay silent forever. She looked at me. You've changed. No, you just never saw the real me. You only saw what you could use. She hesitated. So what now? You vanish and leave me to look like the villain. You are the villain, Ivy. I'm just finally calling you out. She stared at me for a long time. You'll regret this. I smiled. Maybe, but I'd rather regret walking away than hate myself for staying. I closed the door. 3 days later, Maya called me. I think something's happening, she said. With Ivy? Mr. Grayson asked about the original Echo files. Said he wanted to cross-check some sourcing. I sat up, and I told him what I saw, that the files were yours, that you made them, that your name was on everything. I went quiet. I should have spoken sooner, she said. I'm sorry. I took a breath. Thank you. You still did the right thing. She's panicking, Maya added. She keeps calling meetings, trying to update the pitch. She's rewriting my work now, I asked. She's trying to cover her tracks. I didn't say anything. You okay? Maya asked. I will be. You know, she said gently. You walking out made more noise than you think. Good, I said. Let her sit in the silence. That night, I opened my laptop and stared at a blank document. No corporate logo, no company name in the corner. Just me, my words. I started typing. Not for Ivy, not for revenge, not even for closure, for me, a new story, my voice, my light, one no one would ever steal again. She called me 6 times before I picked up. The 7th time, I answered, just to hear her squirm. Ivy breathed. I've been trying to reach you. I know, I said, sipping my tea. It was on purpose. I don't want things to be like this. Like what? I asked, tone flat. Like me not being your backup dancer anymore. She ignored the jab. There's been noise at work. Noise. Mr. Grayson's asking questions. Maya told him about the files. Did she lie? No, she muttered. But he's being weird with me now. Distant. Cold. I raised an eyebrow even though she couldn't see it. You mean he's finally seeing through you? She exhaled sharply. I'm not the villain here, okay? You stole my work. I didn't know it would blow up like this, but you knew it was mine, I said. You just thought I'd let it go. I panicked. It was a big pitch. I didn't think you'd be ready. You didn't think I deserved it. Silence. I leaned back. This is you realizing I'm not coming back, isn't it? I didn't think you'd quit. I know, you always assumed I'd stay. Because you love that job, she said. You built your life around it. No, I corrected. I built that job around my ideas. You're the one who couldn't build your own. Another pause. Then quietly, I didn't mean to hurt you. I laughed. You keep saying that, but you knew exactly what you were doing. You just didn't think it would cost you anything. I made a mistake, she said. One mistake. I sat up straighter. One. Ivy, this wasn't just about Echo. It was every little thing you chipped away without me noticing. My words in your presentations, my designs on your mood boards, my jokes in your mouth. Don't insult me by calling it one mistake. She didn't respond. Are you scared now? I asked. I don't want to lose everything, she whispered. I blinked. You didn't seem worried about that when I did. She let out a trembling breath. Can you just talk to Mr. Grayson? Tell him we worked on it together. I stood, staring out the window. No, why not? Because we didn't. I just need some space to fix this, she pleaded. Funny, I said. You didn't care about space when you were standing in my spotlight. I don't know how to fix it without your help, she admitted. That's the point, I said. You can't. Click. I ended the call. Later that day, I got a message from Mr. Grayson. I'd like to meet, if you're open to it. Just to understand everything clearly. No pressure. I stared at the screen. My fingers hovered over the keyboard. Then I typed. I'm not looking to come back, but I'll meet. We scheduled coffee. When I walked in, he was already seated, flipping through printed versions of the Echo pitch deck. He looked up. You made these? Yes. No wonder they felt different. Sharp. Real. I nodded. I always thought Ivy was creative, he said. But this is better than anything she's submitted before. It wasn't hers. I know that now. I sipped my coffee. Why'd you believe her so easily? She spoke with confidence. Took up space. And I didn't. I said quietly. No, you didn't. He met my eyes. That was my failure. I let the silence sit for a beat. She's not taking this well, he added. I'm not surprised. You left a hole in the team. I left because you let someone bury me in it. He nodded slowly. I'm sorry. I gave a half shrug. Too late for sorry. He set the papers down. If you ever want a recommendation, or a door opened, mine's open. I'll keep that in mind. And just like that, the power shifted. For once I was the one being heard. Maya texted me first. She's crying in the bathroom. Again, I stared at the message. I should have felt something. Guilt, pity, maybe satisfaction, but I just felt nothing. Let her. I'm not coming back. Maya replied a minute later. I didn't think you would. But she keeps asking if you will. She should stop waiting. 2 days later, Ivy called again. I let it ring. She called back immediately. I sighed and answered. Please, she said before I could speak. Just hear me out. You already said everything, I replied, staring out the window. I didn't think it would go this far. What exactly did you think would happen? That I'd roll over again? I thought. She hesitated. I thought we were stronger than this. You thought I was weaker than this, I corrected. She went quiet. I saw Mr. Grayson talking to the board, she said. I think they're reviewing everything. My raise, my bonus, the Echo account. I let out a breath. Karma's not always loud, Ivy. Sometimes it's just paperwork. I never meant to ruin everything. You didn't ruin everything, I said. Just your own reputation. She exhaled shakily. Do you hate me? No, I said. I don't hate you. I just don't respect you anymore. That silence hit harder. I can't sleep, she whispered. I keep hearing you walk away. Good, maybe you'll learn something. I was scared, she admitted. I thought if I didn't prove myself, if I didn't win Echo, I'd disappear. So you decided I was disposable instead. I didn't think you'd leave. That's your problem, I said. You always underestimated me. She started to cry. Real tears this time. I could hear the breath hitching in her throat. I'm sorry, she whispered. I know. Click. I ended the call. Again. Later, Maya called me. She's falling apart, she said. Late to meetings. Snapping at people. They pulled her off the Harper campaign today. She's losing her grip. Everyone sees it now. What she did. Who she really is. Good. She said she wants to make it right, Maya added. She can't. She's still hoping you'll forgive her. I paused. I already did. Maya blinked through the line. You what? I forgave her so I could move on. But that doesn't mean I'm letting her back into my life. You're stronger than me, Maya said. I'd have set her desk on fire. I laughed. For the first time in weeks, I laughed. The next day, a bouquet showed up at my door. Peonies. My favorite, no note, but I knew. I took one look at them, grabbed the vase, and walked outside. There was an alley dumpster 5 steps down. I dropped the whole thing in. Some things don't need water, they need endings. Maya met me at our usual cafe. She was already seated when I arrived, eyes wide, coffee untouched. Ivy's on probation, she blurted before I even sat down. I blinked. What? They pulled her from all client-facing work. CARE's investigating the pitch theft. Someone dug up an email chain showing your early drafts with timestamps. I sat down slowly. So the paper trail finally spoke. She tried to say you gave her permission, Maya added, eyes wide, but the board wasn't buying it. Because I didn't, I said. Not once. Maya leaned in, whispering she had a full breakdown in the stairwell yesterday. Started yelling at Rachel from accounting. I raised an eyebrow. What does Rachel have to do with any of this? Nothing, Maya said. She just happened to be standing there. I sipped my tea. Wow, people are starting to avoid her. They know now. It's like she's radioactive. I tilted my head. Karma doesn't always make a scene. Sometimes it just turns the volume up around you. Are you okay? Maya asked gently. I think I am, I said. For the first time in a long time. Later that day, I opened my laptop. My screen was blank, but my mind wasn't. I'd spent so long writing for others, ghosting for Ivy, editing myself down so she could shine. Now I was writing for me. No deadlines, no approvals, no Ivy. Just the truth. Lopoff's 2 weeks passed. I got an email from Mr. Grayson. I wanted you to know Ivy's been officially suspended pending further review. I've offered her replacement position to someone else. If you're ever interested in freelance work, we'd love to collaborate again with proper credit this time. I didn't reply. Some doors are better left closed, even when they finally open for you. Lopoff's that night. Ivy texted me. I know you probably won't answer, but I need to say this. I stared at it for a moment, then let it sit. 30 minutes later, another one came through. I miss my friend. I miss you. I typed a response, then deleted it. Instead I replied, you miss who I used to be, the one who stayed quiet. She's gone. I saw the little bubble pop up, then it disappeared. She didn't text again. 2 days later, Maya sent me a photo. It was Ivy, sitting alone in the company cafeteria, shoulders hunched, eyes red. Caption: she's not the same anymore. I stared at the photo for a long time, then I deleted it. My new life wasn't perfect. Some nights I still woke up hearing her voice in my head, laughing, planning, stealing, but those echoes grew quieter by the day. Instead I started filling the silence with better sounds. My ideas, my words, my name. I submitted a short story to a rising online magazine. The editor called it raw and gutting. They published it within a week. A week after that, another outlet reached out asking for more, and then another. One by one the doors opened, but these ones had my name on them. Ivy didn't fade all at once. No, karma worked slower than that, but she shrank. One missed promotion, one apology email left unread, one glowing spotlight turned somewhere else. And me, I stopped shrinking. I grew. Every word I wrote built a world where I didn't need to be anyone's shadow. I didn't need Ivy to fall for me to rise, but she did fall, and I didn't catch her. She showed up at my apartment. No warning, no text, just Ivy on my doorstep, eyes puffy, hair undone, holding a box of cookies like it could undo everything. I didn't open the screen door. I just want to talk, she said. I crossed my arms. Now you want to talk? I don't know what else to do, she said. You won't answer my messages, because I've already said everything I needed to say. She looked down. I know I messed up. I know it now. Oh, now you know? I didn't understand what I was doing to you, she said, but I've had time to think, and I miss you, not just the work, you. I shook my head. You don't get to miss me. You erased me. Tears welled up in her eyes. I didn't mean to. You did. I cut in. You meant to take my work. You meant to stand in my place. You meant to silence me, and you thought I'd take it. She flinched. I know sorry doesn't fix it, she whispered, but I am sorry. I hate who I became. Then change, I said, but don't do it on my porch. She stepped closer. Can we be friends again, someday? No, I said, we can't. Her mouth opened, then closed. I let out a breath. You broke something. Not just my trust. You broke the part of me that believed we were ever on the same team. I've lost everything, she whispered. You haven't, I replied. You still have a chance to grow, but not with me. She looked like she wanted to argue. I opened the door slightly, not to invite her in, but to hand the cookie box back. Don't try to sweeten the past, I said. It still tastes like betrayal. She stared at the box for a second before taking it. I hope you find peace, she murmured. I already did, I said. It just didn't look like you. She backed away slowly. I closed the door, and locked it. That night, I lay in bed staring at the ceiling. There was a strange stillness in my chest. Not anger, not relief, just quiet. The kind that only comes when someone's finally out of your story for good. Maya called the next morning. So, she tried the pop-up visit, huh? Yep, I said, with cookies. Maya snorted. Pathetic. She looked like she hadn't slept in weeks. Good, she said, then softer. Are you okay? I think I am. She's leaving the company, you know, Maya said. She handed in her resignation this morning. I sat up. Really? They didn't fire her, Maya said, but they made it clear she wasn't welcome in any leadership role again. I guess she thought quitting would feel like power, except no one begged her to stay. I nodded slowly. That's the real sting, isn't it? She did all that climbing, but the mountain moved. Later that day, I got an email from a publisher. They wanted to discuss a short story collection. My name would be on every page, no one else's, just mine, and for the first time in a long time, I smiled without guilt. 6 months later, I saw her again, not in person, on my screen. A panel discussion streamed live. Women in branding, rising from setbacks. Ivy sat among 3 other women, smiling like she hadn't burned everything down behind her. I hovered over the video, then clicked play. The host asked, "So Ivy, how did you handle the fallout from last year's controversy?" I leaned in. She took a breath. It was humbling. I made mistakes. Big ones. I hurt people I cared about. I lost things I thought I deserved. A pause. I learned the hard way that stealing someone else's work doesn't make you successful, it just makes you hollow. I blinked. "Did you ever make amends with the person you hurt?" the host asked gently. Ivy looked down. "I tried, but sometimes people don't owe you forgiveness. You have to live with what you did, and do better alone." I clicked the tab closed, not out of spite, out of peace. That night, I met Maya for drinks. "To surviving," she said, raising her glass. "To rising," I corrected, tapping mine against hers. She grinned. "You're trending again, by the way." I groaned. "What now?" "Your story collection. People are obsessed. Book talks crying over the one who stayed silent." I laughed. "That one was personal. They all are." I swirled my drink. "I didn't think I'd get here." "You always had it," she said. "You just had to stop letting her carry the mic." I smiled. Funny how much louder my voice got after she left. A week later, I walked past the building where it all began, my old office. The windows reflected the sky, cold and sharp. I paused, not to go in, just to remember. I heard her laugh somewhere in my head, sharp, polished, too loud. Then I heard mine, quieter but real, and I kept walking. 2 days later, Ivy emailed me. "I saw your interview. You looked powerful. I'm proud of you, even if I don't get to say it in person." I stared at the screen, then replied, "Thank you. I hope you find your own voice now, for real this time." She didn't respond. That was fine. Some stories don't need sequels. Loxix 3 months passed. My first print book launched, my name on the cover. A crowd at the signing. A woman approached with tears in her eyes. "Your story saved me," she whispered. I thought I was alone. "You're not," I said. "None of us are. We just forget sometimes." I signed her copy. "To survivors, to silence breakers, to the ones who walked away, Loxix Aids Mitritets." Maybe she does, but she doesn't reach out anymore, and I don't look back. Mopsix and sos. My words in people's mouths. She was in the corner, talking too fast, too loud, trying too hard. Her voice cracked halfway through a sentence. She laughed to cover it up. No one really laughed with her. I watched from across the room, sipping my drink. "Ivy Quinn," someone whispered beside me. "Didn't she get caught stealing someone's work a while back?" "Yeah," another said. "She disappeared after that. Now she's trying to do coaching or something." I didn't correct them. I just walked past her table. She glanced up and froze. Our eyes met. 1 second. 2. She looked away first. I didn't stop walking. Outside, the wind was cold and clean. I sat on a bench near the fountain and pulled out my phone. New message from my editor. "Full pre-orders sold out. Second printing already in motion. You're a hit." My hand didn't even shake, just a quiet smile. I wasn't afraid of her anymore. I wasn't afraid of losing something to her, because she had nothing left I wanted. Later that night, I got a message request from her. "You looked so confident tonight. I miss that version of me. I don't know who I am without the spotlight." I stared at the message for a long time, then typed, "Maybe try learning who you are in the shadows." That's where I found myself. I didn't send it. I deleted it and shut off my phone. Some messages don't need replies. Some people don't need explanations. Closure doesn't come from conversation. It comes from not needing one. Weeks passed. I launched a podcast, invited creatives to talk about failure, recovery, growth. Episode 1. When betrayal became my breakthrough. My voice opened the show. I used to write for someone else. I gave her everything. My time, my ideas, my voice. And she used it to build herself up while cutting me down. But I let her. That's the part that hurt most. Pause. I'm not angry anymore. I'm not broken. I'm just not hers. The messages poured in. This healed me. I'm crying. "Thank you for saying what I couldn't. You're the reason I'm writing again." Not once did I mention her name. She didn't deserve the headline. I did. One afternoon, Maya called. "You're not gonna believe this," she said. "Oh no, Ivy, she's doing workshops now." "Workshops?" "Yep, rebuilding after public failure. She's selling tickets." I laughed, loudly. "Oh, but wait," she continued. "Someone found your words quoted on her slides." My laugh stopped. "What?" "She's using your podcast lines, word for word, without credit." I felt the fire in my chest for the first time in months, but then, it died just as fast. "She's still doing it," Maya said. "Even now." "Let her," I said calmly. "What?" "She's only got echoes left. I'm the source." Maya was quiet for a moment. Then, "Damn, that was cold." I smiled. "No, that was peace." Closure didn't come the way I imagined. It wasn't one perfect confrontation. It wasn't watching her fall apart in front of me. It was seeing her panic in a crowded room and realizing I didn't care. Her world had collapsed. Mine had bloomed. The day I hit the bestseller list, I lit a candle for the girl I used to be. The one who stayed silent. The one who cried in bathrooms. The one who let her best friend use her like a ghostwriter. She deserved a goodbye, and a thank you. Because without her, I wouldn't have become this version of me. Loud, sharp, whole, Mom, I don't hate Ivy. I just don't carry her anymore. And every step forward is lighter because of that. She can live with what she did. I can live with what I became. That's all the justice I need.